here we go today. We are doing a reptile and marsupial burger patty. Absolutely amazing. And we'll be topping that off with a vegan salad. It's amazing. It's something in this one for everyone. So let's get right into it. So we need python in this recipe. We need frog, gecko, and some marsupial. But certainly the majority of the patty is formed by reptile, and it's absolutely delicious. So we've collected some natural snake from the wild, and these ones have been pre-cleaned, which is a little bit helpful if you're cooking. Some people don't like to get guts all over their hands, so these are handy for that. And so we're going to grab some green tree snake. We're going to grab some yellow belly snake, and also we are going to grab a little bit of I don't know what the pink ones are, but let's grab some of those, and another one of these ones. Pretty straightforward here. All that we want to do is we want to very simply just dice the snake meat. We can line it all up and save some time, and just chopping up the snake meat. All right. We'll just set that off to one side. You need a nice big mixing bowl as well for this. And in there, we are going to grate about 30 grams of brown tree frog. Don't be bothered if you think these are native animals. Once they're dead, it really doesn't matter. All right, put those in there. We'll grab the grater. We want it grated fairly fine. So these brown tree frogs, this is one of the brown tree frogs that we found this morning, just down on the side of the road. So we are going to grate 35 grams of brown tree frog. I'll make that a little bit coarser. It's a bit nice and gives you a nice bit of texture in your meal if it's a little bit bigger. Fantastic. Right. In the mixing bowl we go. Now, the other thing that we need to make up the marsupial content is some koala. Again, protected species, but hey, if it's been dead on the side of the road for a day or two and no one else has grabbed it, it's fair game. So we've picked up one of these on the main highway south of Rockhampton the other day. And this one, you can see this one, we just put it in a packet so that it would not stink out the freezer. But this particular one is not in good shape. It's been run over quite a lot. You can see it's pretty mucky, and look, they can get a bit maggoty and a bit oozy. So, you know, you're going to need to wash your hands at the end of doing all this today. But all right. So we're just going to dice the marsupial. You can use all of it. Once it's been on the road a couple of days, it's pretty soft. You can just go ahead and throw the whole thing in there. Perfect. Don't worry about the head. Don't worry about anything else. Just crunch it all down. Right, now we are going to use gecko. Gecko is, look, people either love geckos or they hate them. They poop everywhere all over your house, but very good eating. Although I will warn you that you do have to buy commercially produced geckos. You cannot eat geckos from the wild. It's got to do with the fact that wild geckos have a lot of salmonella on them. So if you eat them, you can get very, very sick. These geckos come from a gecko farm down in the forests of Tasmania, and we had these flown up here just yesterday. They're freshly skinned. You can see that they're the Tasmanian rainbow geckos, and they've been packaged up very nicely, and they actually put a little bit of marinade on the outside. It's a bit tangy, a bit sour, the marinade, but it's on the outside of it. However, we still have to prepare the gecko. You cannot use all the gecko. You must not eat the head, so we're going to get rid of the head. And the best meat is actually in the tail and the rump. So we're going to cut it here. All the guts is in this part. You can use the front legs, probably not really worth it, to be honest with you. Not a lot of meat there. So we're just going to get rid of that. Now we're left with some really good rump, gecko rump, and also gecko tail. And we're going to dice that. Again, you don't want to make this too fine. You want to keep it nice and chunky. Okay, we actually want 2 geckos in that. So we'll just grab another one out. Perfect. Get rid of the head. Well, I'm getting rid of the head because, look, I'm going to take the legs off the front this time. And once that head's out of the way, that's fine. Bit more of the rump. Get rid of the guts. And we're good to go. Like a traditional reptile now, what we need to do is we need to add some egg. And we actually collect these eggs from the bush down the road, and you only need the one. So let's get that egg out. Now you have to be careful when you collect these eggs out of the bush. Sometimes they're fertile and they can have an embryo in them, but we'll just see how we go with this one today. Okay, yeah, and see this one, look, this one's got an embryo in it. So that's a little bit awkward, but we just won't tell the people who are eating the things that it had an embryo in it. All right, fantastic. We stir all that up now, mix it together, let the egg really bind through the rest of the meats there to hold them together. We're not going to use any cereal in this, how you would in maybe mum's old rissoles. Okay. Very simple now. We're going to, I like to use an egg ring because it makes it into a nice patty shape. You want some oil on your tray so it doesn't stick. And then we just go ahead and we can fill each ring with some of this delicious wild meat. And there we go. Looks good. So, into the oven we go, about 20 minutes. Wait till it's browned, crispy brown on the top, and then we can take them out. All right, we're just about ready to get these plated up. Can't wait. The gecko can tend to foam up a little bit when it cooks. I don't know what it is about gecko that does that. I think it's the sour garnish that the gecko farm puts on the geckos when they bag them up. Oh, look, that's just as good as it looks, isn't it? Look at that. Beautiful. These are always the good bits on the tray. That's sort of like cook's privilege. I think that's like a bit of koala gravy going on there. Lovely. All right, I'm going to lick that very soon. The last part of our plate up process is to add the vegan. What I didn't know before I started this was it's actually illegal in Queensland to catch your own vegan and cook them. So I've had to buy packet vegan, and it's as close as we could get. But hey, everyone wants to eat healthy. Um, what's a bit weird though is, like speaking from a pest control point of view, is vegans are considered feral in Queensland, but they won't let you catch them. Doesn't make any sense because normally you can see them hanging around that, like they live in the bush, but they'll come out and they'll hang around farms and um, feedlots and things like that, and then they can be hard to move on and get rid of. So I don't know what the deal is with not being able to catch and cook your own vegan. Nonetheless, here we have some. This is going to add a really healthy touch now because this is vegan fruit, and we're just going to add a little bit, just a little bit. You know what? I'm really hungry. I'm actually going to go the whole hog here and just bung this on. And you can see that there's a lot of different, all the colors of the rainbow is what the nutritionists say to eat. And a lot of good stuff here. You've got your sort of your near purple colors and your pinky colors, and then some greens. It's all good. It's all good. So that's the vegan element. So that makes it now anyone can eat this dish. Vegans can eat it, lactose intolerant and wheat intolerant people can eat it. And can I just say to you people, it is almost the holiday season, and it would be nice if someone goes to the trouble of preparing you this dish, if you're lactose intolerant, just tolerate it. Just tolerate it a little bit more, just for one day, and everyone can go home happy. All right, that's enough from me today. Looking forward to sharing another fantastic Cooking Our Pests edible video series with you very soon. Bye-bye.